average man has become. It's truly incredible. They're scared of what?
I am father of the year. Anyone who thinks I'm not a father, I guarantee you I spend more time micromanaging my son's upbringing to make him a hero than you could possibly believe. So I do have a duty to them to give them the best possible chance, but they have a duty to me to not squander it. My children have a massive burden over their head, which is the Tate name. And people often say, oh, you know, it's bad to have a father who you're trying to live up to. Da, da, da. I mean, I'm sure loads of psychologists say this, but they're all liars anyway. Psychology doesn't work. They've never cured anybody ever. So psychology is garbage, and therapists are garbage, and liberals are garbage, and what women think about raising boys is garbage too. That's all garbage. I think the best thing that can happen for a boy to be raised into a kingdom and look up and say, shit, dad's the fucking man. I gotta be like dad. This is hard. Oh, it's a burden of performance. Oh, does that make you feel stressed? Welcome to life, son. Because guess what? I have a burden of performance. I have a burden of performance in that courtroom. I have a burden of performance after a 12-hour flight to get off the jet and walk out to the media and deal with them. I have a burden of performance permanently and endlessly. So that's the real world. If you're a man, you have a burden of performance. So I make sure that they understand that from a very young age. It's my job. You know what? It's actually a balancing act. And I'll be honest with you, very honest with you. Raising daughters is so much easier. Because with my daughters, I feel like I just want her to be happy. You know, my daughter, I just want her to be happy. You want to be a princess? Oh, you're a mermaid. That's great. You're a mermaid. You're a princess. It's Christmas. You're happy. You're smiling. With my daughters, I just want them happy. But with my sons, it's far more detailed because I don't want my sons to be happy as much as I want them to be capable. I don't want my sons to be miserable, of course, but I don't wake up and think, just make him happy. I do with my daughters. I'm the worst. I'm a girl. With a girl dad, she wants a toy. Give her the toy. Oh, he wants a toy. He wants what? What does he want? How many push-ups has he done? What do you mean toy? What toy? It's hard to be a man. So I have a duty, truthfully, I think to my sons, the hardest thing is for me not to be as soft as I want to be.
Ooh.
Like with my daughter, with your daughters, you get to just be yourself. And everyone thinks that I'm a big, mean, evil man. But you'll often know if you've been through enough life that the mob bosses or the big evil man, we're the softest guys. I'm so soft with my daughters and with my kids. And sometimes with the boys, it's hard to be hard on them. But you have to be. It's my duty sometimes to harden my heart and say, no. My plan for my daughters and my number one hope for my daughters, if I could plan their lives head to toe, would be for them to, at a relatively young age, meet a man who is older than them, who can take care of them financially and get pregnant and have a family. If my 21-year-old daughter wanted to marry a 48, 50-year-old guy, I'd be very happy with that. I'd be like, good. He's probably settled down a bit. He has enough money to take care of you. You're going to be good. In this scenario, which you've just described, if the man is financially providing for her, if he's offering her provision and protection and she's safe, I would truthfully, from the bottom of my heart, say to her, look, there's no point losing the man who's paying for you, who takes care of you, who will die for you, who protects you, who does all of those jobs as a man because he's running around with a few silly girls. There's no point leaving him. You can confront him, we'll talk to him, but there's no point in destroying your family home over this. That's what I would say. Where I explain that having children is the business of kings. Please find, he did a thread breakdown of it. This is about 2 weeks ago. His reply to my Elon video, if you can find it, that's not it, there's another one. If you can find it, I would love to read it verbatim because he explains something which is so pertinently important. It's extremely important. So we'll find it. But he talks about what marriage effectively is. I'm sure there's a lot of Muslims who don't completely follow the Quran, but I'm saying that if you were to go out there and try and find Muslims who live true to the Quran completely, you can find them. There are, but I'm saying the point he's making is you can find a bunch of women who adhere to Islam who are still virgin to the age of 25 waiting for an arranged marriage.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You will not find that under Christianity. Christianity has no power left. It's a power. Even the Pope is up here talking about, and I want to make this very, very clear. I'm not fucking anti anything. I'm not homophobic. I don't give a fuck. I'm talking about what the book says. If the book says man and women lay together, and then the Pope is going to stand up now and say that you can be a gay preacher, the book doesn't mean anything now. So the whole religion doesn't mean anything. So the rules don't mean anything. If you're tolerant of everything, you stand for nothing. The problem is with religion is that it naturally needs to be intolerant. For a religion to be a religion which is respected, it needs to be intolerant of certain things. Yeah, but you can't say we're a religion which tolerates everything. Now you have no belief systems.
But when was that book written, you know?
It does, yeah, completely.
But the world evolves, so.
Completely. So Christianity's evolved into nothing. Islam hasn't. This is the point I'm making. The point I'm making is if you're going to throw your own rules away, you can't stand up and say this is a religion, these are our doctrines, but we tolerate everything and we don't punish anyone for anything and none of it really matters. It's different with Islam. With Islam, you can't get away with it. Even if you're saying that there's some Islam sluts, etc., fine, that's cool. But people don't stand up and openly disrespect Islam.
Oh, hell no.
Because they're afraid. So once again, if you don't have rule systems and doctrines and beliefs and prophets, which people are afraid to mock, are you even a religion? People won't disrespect Islam. Nobody will disrespect it because they're scared. Even in a Christian country, the last religion on earth that people are afraid to disrespect. If their God is the last God on earth that people are afraid to disrespect, then he's the only God that matters. If every other God can be mocked, laughed at, put in video games and fucking shot at, stupid shit, dressed up gay on TV shows, ha 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 ha, what kind of religion is that? It's a joke. You said fear of getting canceled. So the first word incorrect was fear. I'm not afraid of anything. I don't live in fear. Second thing is canceled. If I was going to be afraid of anything on the planet, the last thing I'd be afraid of is getting canceled. Like, I've had people try to kill me. I have real enemies. As we stand right now, there are groups of men waking up who want a bullet in my head. I don't give a fuck if some dork on the internet makes a video saying cancel Tate. Don't give a solitary shit. I have real problems. So just breaking down the sentence, I'm not afraid of shit, would never be afraid of getting canceled. To answer the meta question as to, am I worried that someone's going to hear something I say and then be offended and then people aren't going to follow me anymore? Once again, I couldn't give a fuck. I say what I think. These are the things I truly believe. Some people agree with me, some people don't agree with me, and that's absolutely and utterly fine. You're right. I am doing very, very well, despite the fact I'm saying things I'm not supposed to say.
How subdued the average man has become. It's truly incredible. They're scared of what? Scared of what? So I refuse to operate in that frame. I go through life and I want to leave a footprint on everything. Everyone I've ever spoken to, I want to leave an impression on. Every room I've ever been in, I want there to be energy in the room that people can still feel after I leave. I want a carbon footprint. If we could measure all of our carbon footprints on a leaderboard, I would be pissed off if I wasn't number one. I want to win. I want a footprint. That's why they'll never understand me. That's why they see me as a threat. I respect and understand that, but I'm not going to change. So it used to be people who would have to suspend me, but now they have AI machines deliberately trained to find me, to get rid of me, to damage my influence. They don't want me influenced. And we go, okay, well, let's use a cartoon Andrew. And then that worked. And then I start picking up my voice. So we put a voice changer on it. So we got to the point where it wasn't even me. We had to put a voice changer, invert it, cartoon. It's crazy how they got better and better at picking things up. If you're in charge of a farm, you really don't want all the farm animals sticking for themselves. Why would you? It's better they all just do as they're told, right? So there's a huge concerted effort to ensure the majority of humanity, even the few who must escape mentally, they allow to escape, but that the majority of humanity follow in lockstep to their own slavery. There's a huge concerted effort. This is not something which is accidental. This is not something that the liberals just believe because they're silly liberals. There are people who have deliberately designed systems, information, governments, schooling, education, judicial systems, you name all of it. Every single thing comes down to the end of, does this enforce compliance of the populace? And the primary objective of that is that people never wake up and look around and realize they're getting fucked, which is, of course, what you want if you're gonna fuck someone over. I mean, if you're gonna rob someone's house and you could press a button, they didn't notice anything was missing. That's pretty fucking convenient. It's a lot more convenient than dealing with them calling the police, right? So there's huge concerted effort. So if you're any kind of person who inspires free thought on any level, even worse, free thought coupled with the bravery to say what you're thinking instantly, in real time, well, then you're an enemy to the matrix, you're an enemy to the system. And I notice this all of the time.